this.
Go one more. Yes, you got it. I don't even know if I'm in the right orientation. I think we're frozen. Maybe we should go like this.
My internet. I think my internet.
You're back.
Is it okay?
Yes, I think this is the right orientation for it. It's the first time I'm doing this, so I don't even know how it works.
Me too.
How
Can you hear
are
me?
you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. I love that you have your microphone and everything.
I literally, yeah. So my mic is not charged, but because I wasn't sure I was going to use it. I thought I was going to use my system, but it's all good.
Perfect. But yeah, then I surprised you with the fact that this can only be from a mobile. So we're here now.
I was so surprised. Here I am indeed. How you doing?
I'm good. It's so nice to finally actually talk to you.
I know, yeah. After ages and that, I went to your country and you traveled. You left. Oh my God.
Twice. So
Twice.
we'll make it up in this, but then we will for sure one day do an actual video together in the same country. Hopefully Armenia.
That's going to be amazing.
Genats with some Armenian beer.
Genats, I've got my KA London juice.
Nice. So talk to me. How long have you been back from Armenia?
Well, I came back on the 23rd actually.
23rd. Well, I guess welcome back. Since I'm in France now, we're kind of close to each other. I don't know who joined yet. I see Mark in here. I see we have 11 people. So I guess let's go ahead and tell people a little bit about you and how we met. And then we'll get into your adventures in Armenia.
Let's go. Come on.
So when did you start YouTubing?
So completely, like from the very start. I started in, actually, I know the date, actually. I started on the 4th of February, 2018.
Wow. Okay. So it's been, oh God, I'm bad at math. 5 years?
8 plus 5, 13. Yeah, 5 years.
That was not a good start. Okay. And did you start doing reaction videos? I think you had a different start on YouTube and then you moved into the...
Entirely different, completely different. My first video, I was just chatting rubbish to the camera. I just put the camera on. I was just talking and goofing around. Next video, I can't even remember what I did. My second video, I deleted them. I deleted my second video. I only left my first video, but the rest I kept deleting because I wasn't happy at all with that. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
And what made you get back into it? Which I'm glad you did.
Yeah, and how about you though?
So
when did you start?
Mine was pretty accidental. So I actually went to Armenia it wasn't for the first time, because when you're kid, I'm from Syria. I don't know. I think we've talked about that a little bit in the chat. So I was born and raised in Syria, and we went to Armenia for like a week or 2 weeks with the family, where you go to all the monasteries. There's this like typical trip that people do. And then I moved to Canada in 2011. After living there for like 8-9 years, I was kind of bored with my job and everything. So I just like got up and went to Armenia to volunteer. And then I started like taking stories and posting on Instagram, and more people were asking me questions, because when I actually quit my job to go, my bosses, I remember they wanted to stay in touch. They said, how do we get in touch with you? Is there Wi-Fi there? And that's what like triggered me, that people don't understand what Armenia looks like. Or
is there Wi-Fi there?
Yep, they actually asked me like, how can we contact you when you're there? So I started kind of like not vlogging, but just like sharing on Instagram. And then after I stayed there for like a year and a half. Then I went back home to visit my family, and it was COVID, so I kind of got stuck there. And then on my way back, I just literally did this like little video showing people how the airport looks, and you can still travel now. You can go back to Armenia and things like that. And people kept asking me questions. With each question, I made a video, and then it turned into a whole vlogging situation.
Boom. Okay.
Exactly.
Good. Accidental.
Accidental, exactly.
Destiny. I think it's destiny. Lovely. Okay, good to hear that. Good to hear that.
I see there's an Armenian woman behind you. Am I seeing that correctly?
So I need to introduce you to my friend. This is Lilith.
Lilith. Okay.
She was actually Christian about 3 days ago. So
Hmm.
I've had her for like a month. It was sent to me as a gift. Actually, it was given to me when I was living in Armenia the very first time. And I got her, but I didn't name her. And until like 3 days ago, I was like, she needs a name actually. So we named her Lilith.
Nice. So you found a nice Armenian woman in Armenia.
Lovely, lovely. Hello, Lilith. Bye.
Parev. And speaking of Parev, so tell me, I remember the first time we kind of started talking, you were in one of my premiere videos and you were talking to me in Armenian, which shocked me. So how did you even learn all the words that you know in Armenian?
So, like, you see me, yeah? When I do, so like, just generally speaking, as a person, when I check stuff out, anything, whatever it is, I just try to know a bit more about it. Even if it's not in depth, I just try to know basics about it. So, like, all the countries I've ever checked out, I try to learn like a word or two just to know what's going on. With Armenian, I think people were saying that, oh, people put in word like, some, so in the comment section, after I checked out brunette, I saw the in the comments some like scribbles. I saw the alphabets. So I was looking, I was like, I've not seen this alphabet before. I've seen different types, but I've not seen this one. And then I copied it and I put it in like Google. And then I was, oh, okay, this is that. So okay, I'm gonna try to learn the language. So I just tried to learn basic words. I got an app. Yeah, some apps that I just learned how to say hello, hi, at least. So I can just say something. So that's how I learned Barev and Barev Zez and Inch Peses. And that's all. But the rest, I learned from people. Like, people were messaging me on Instagram saying, oh, Shay, please say this, say Appa, say Barev Axpers, say this, say that, say Evushno Rakolutun, and stuff like that.
If you got Shara Galuchun down, you're good. Even though not a lot of people use it in Armenia, but it's
Yeah.
because it's a long word.
It is a long word, yeah, but I think it's a better word than Messi, because Messi sounds more French. When I heard Messi, I was like, that's French.
It's a French, yeah, it's definitely the French word. It's not an Armenian word.
Yeah, but I like Shinorakulutium. In fact, yeah, when I can't remember what I went to, I got something and they were saying, Messi. I was like, Shinorakulutium. They were like, oh, he says Shinorakulutium. I was like, yeah, come on. But yeah, I must say also,
Mhm.
language. I mean, for me, I feel like languages are not too difficult. I quite find it a bit, I won't say too easy to learn,
Okay.
but difficult. But to be honest, yeah, Armenian is so hard. Oh my god.
I can't disagree. It's yeah, we have like 38 alphabet letters and it's definitely easier if you speak it from when you were a kid, but thank you
Yeah,
for learning these words and using them. I'm sure people there were appreciating you trying and saying the proper words.
yeah. Actually, they did as well. Yeah. So yeah, definitely had a good one. Definitely had a good one.
Right. So like the
Armenia. Oh.
speaking oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll just say Armenia. I had a good time there. You know what I mean? I
I
enjoyed it.
I'm excited to hear your perspective because just like I was mentioning with my like coworkers and bosses asking me how we can reach out. I know you've done a lot of research before you got there, but I want to hear your first impression, like something that shocked you or something that you were like impressed by. How did it
Hmm.
all feel?
The very first time. So let me try to relieve my very first time. So got to the airport, the heat, like the heat in your country is on a different level completely.
It's
Like, I
dry.
thought countries that were hot, but Armenian heat, I was like, jeez. Yeah, it was so hot. Okay, we got in, got the what you call it, got a taxi. Oh my days, your taxis are so, I don't like using the word cheap. Yeah,
Affordable, reasonable,
be affordable.
accessible.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I said it's beyond. It's so affordable. So. Because so I took a taxi, yeah, from my hotel to the airport. It was about half an hour, about half an hour ride. They charged me 2,000. Was it 800 or two? Less than 3,000 drams. I did the conversion. It was about £6, maybe,
Which,
or so,
yeah.
roughly. I was like, for half an hour, bro. Like, there's no, you will never ever get a cab that'll charge you £6 wherever you're going to in London,
Yeah.
wherever. If you're going next door, it's already a tenner.
It's like a minimum.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, it was so affordable. Like, I really loved it, and the food, tasty.
What's your
Like,
favorite?
my favorite food from Armenia is the summer tolma, the one you put in the tomato.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Tomato dolma.
Tastes like heaven. Like if heaven had a taste.
Okay. Perfect.
Tastes so good.
And
So good.
did you end up using any of the taxi applications, or were you stopping taxi from the streets?
Oh, I didn't even stop one taxi from the street.
Yeah, I never.
I use something called GG.
Yep.
Yeah, I use GG.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was so good. Yeah, so good.
That's the one I always recommend in my videos. GG or Yandex is also good, but for me, like I just when I get to the airport, I call my GG. And did you arrive at one of those like 5 a.m. flights, or did you arrive at a reasonable?
The very first time. No, I arrived in the daytime. Actually, it was about I think it was more like about afternoon. Oh no, I think it was like 1 p.m. or something.
Okay.
I think it was about 1 p.m. roughly. About that time, that's when I arrived on the first day. And the second time I arrived at about 9 in the morning. Yeah. But the connecting flight though, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no way. I was like, so after the first time I went, yeah, I was like, not again. Not again. But then I found myself booking a ticket and coming back again.
You went very like between your first trip and your second trip, was it like less than a month or a month?
No, it was like 3 weeks.
3 weeks, less than a month, yeah. Because you went for Vardavar, which how was that?
Oh my days. So you know what? Yeah. So after I went the first time, spent 5 days there, and then they were like, "Oh, Shady Vardavar is in like a month's time. That you can't miss that. That no, that's talking. They were like, if I don't come this year, I have to wait over 12 months to come the very next year. They were like, you have to come back for this. I was thinking, I was like, should I go? Should I go? Should I go? I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go for Vardavar. And then I got invited for a concert.
I saw.
Yeah, and I was thinking, who? Okay, so if I go for this concert, I have to stay long so I can catch Vardavar as well. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do both. And then that's why I booked a long trip because I wanted to attend the concert as well. So and then I came, got for Vardavar. Oh my God, like it was so amazing. So amazing. Like the way people were just running around, like children, like adults, old people. When I say old people, I'm talking about like mature adults, then kids. Everyone was like on the same level. It was like we knew ourselves. Even strangers were looking at me like they knew me, and we'd be laughing, we'd even be joking, and next minute splash.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it so much.
And you were in Yerevan for all of Vardavar, right? You didn't go in like the villages or anything like that?
No.
So you experienced the most intense one. I've done 1 year in Yerevan, which was like literally you walk out of your building and then 2 seconds later you're soaked. And I tried vlogging that, so that was interesting. And then the year after, I went to Lori in one of the villages called Pambag. And like it was a completely different one where it was more traditional and like they follow the storylines and everything of where it all like came from, like the whole tradition. So that was interesting. I made a separate video on that, and then my camera got wet. So anyway, we survived the day.
Yeah, nice. Oh my God. I see someone was asking a question.
Yes, it was Haik. He's asking what was your favorite food in Armenia. So I know you already said the tomato
Oh, yeah.
dolma. So maybe you want to say your favorite dessert or something else that in the culinary. I know you also tasted some wines. So
Yeah, I tasted wines. But I tasted brandies as well.
nice.
The,
Okay.
remember the Ararat brandy, the coffee one.
I haven't tried that one. I tried the cherry one though.
I tried the cherry one. Cherry one is nice. It's nice. The apricot one though, I quite liked it. At first, I thought that the apricot one was the best, and then they just brought out the coffee one. I was like, bro, I've had coffee too many times. Okay, let's try this. I tried it. My eyes were like, boom. I was like, no way. Like the coffee one is top. Like top, 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 top. I loved it so much. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely like that. And then, but the wines I had, oh my god, I can't really remember all the names. Yeah, but I had this wine that was so nice from this the wine company. You know the red one. You know that red building in Yerevan. That's the wine company. I can't. Oh my days!
Red building, red building.
It's so very red. I'm sure I can find it if I search for it. But it was just so very red, and the color of the color of the building wasn't painted. That it was from the tooth that they
Mm-hmm.
used to make. When I say red, yeah, it was like blood red, really red. I was like, wow. Yeah, the wines there was just beautiful. I've never had wine that was that good. In all the wines I've ever had, that was the best, best, best wine. I made a video, but I'm yet to upload it. So when I edit it, I'm gonna go
Okay.
through the name, remember everything.
I'll definitely watch that one. We got another question from Ron, and actually, I'm glad you're here because I get these questions like all the time too. But I want to hear your perspective. He was asking, do you prefer to lease an apartment before arriving to Yerevan or stay in a hotel? What are your thoughts on the whole like Airbnb versus renting an apartment versus hotel? How was your experience with all of that?
So to be honest, yeah, I wanted at first to like get Airbnb, but then I was thinking like to get Airbnb. And I think Airbnb because I like ordering like room service.
Mm-hmm,
I'm not
mm-hmm.
gonna. When I travel a lot of times, I just want to get room service. I don't want to stress myself at all. Okay, but then then later anyway, I realized that I can get food from Yandex dot r
Yandex
something.
Go? Yeah, Go Yandex.
Yeah,
Yandex Go. Yeah.
go. Yeah, that one. Yeah, but then maybe I might have gotten like an Airbnb. But then I was checking prices. I saw Airbnb price. I saw hotel price, and I was like, I mean, the ones I was checking, the ones I wanted to take, the prices were not too different, and the hotel was more central.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna take the hotel anyway. So I took a hotel, but I was thinking that maybe if I'm gonna go back again, this time I'm gonna rent or like a studio. I would like to have a studio because there are a lot of things I want to do when I go to Armenia. Like I want to be able to make my own cooking videos, like just trying something and then making like a live video from it. Yeah, so I want to be able to do just normal things, maybe be able to even invite people to be like, you guys, all of you guys come to my place and stuff like that with that freedom. So that's what I'm thinking. So I think I'm thinking from like more of a content creator point of view. But if I was just going just as like a tourist, I think I'd rather take an Airbnb or a hotel. I don't think I'm gonna want to rent like a studio or a flat.
Yeah, I think for me, it's I find it very complicated to rent an apartment. Even though every time I go, that's what I do because I usually go for a longer, like long term, and it's obviously more budget friendly to go with a long term apartment rent. But it's like you have to go into the platforms and you send a message, and then there's like all these brokers. They message you back saying, "Well, this apartment is no longer available," and then they suggest you another one that's like three times your budget. And like, where is this coming from? With
Exactly.
Airbnb, it's more like you know what the price is and everything. Although I also like the aspect of Airbnb where you see like a local decor and more or less kind of you get that local kind of sense, even though now Airbnbs are being built to be Airbnb, so they're not as authentic, but you know.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
With the hotel, it feels like the same. If you go to like Ibis Hotel or something, it looks the same as like other countries, but
True, actually, true. Like one of the hotels where I stayed, like it was giving me more of a London feel.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
similar. So
Although
yeah.
there's one on, I don't know if you would remember like the streets and everything, but it's very close to Zaytuna restaurant. There's a hotel where next to it there's a pottery store, and all the proceeds from the pottery store go into running the hotel, and then vice versa, and then they all send back money to Gyumri. It's like this whole project. It's like a nonprofit, and each
Hmm.
room within the hotel is actually named after an Armenian city. So it has like a different vibe. I'll try to make a video on it next time I go. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos, but I've never made a full video on it. So something like that might be interesting, and it's in the center.
I mean, I know I remember Zaytuna because I've been there many times. I walked past there so many times. I mean, I walked a lot in Armenia, and it was on
Yeah.
purpose. But to walk, I mean, the cabs were very affordable, like we said. But I just prefer to walk because I felt like walking around, I'll get to know more of the city. So I did so many walks. So yeah, I remember definitely where Zaytuna was. And but the thing was that the hotel beside it, like, what's the name of the hotel? Do you remember?
I feel like when I hear it, it's gonna be like, ah, that's the one that it was, but I can't remember now. I know the name of the pottery store is Spidak after Gyumri, but I can't remember the name of the hotel. I will send you the link. I will remember it.
Ah, okay, cool, cool, cool. No worries. I see Bump Boy was saying, did Shady like the transport in Armenia?
Yeah, tell me about. Did you try it?
Actually, no, I didn't. I only used the taxi, yeah, a few times. But I wanted to go to Corb for the concert, yeah.
Yeah.
I was take the train on a Saturday, but they said the trains were shut.
You mean like the train that goes? Because I know there's like one train that goes to Gyumri, and then one train that takes you to like Tbilisi, Georgia.
Hmm. The train that goes to Corb.
I
Corba?
didn't even know that there was a train that goes to.
Yeah, someone said that goes there, but like on Saturday that I couldn't get the train on a Saturday. Yeah, so that was the closest I came to using public transport. But I didn't even take a bus because I felt like if I'm gonna go within the city, I don't need the bus. If I see half an hour walk, I'm like, yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna walk, enjoy the sun. Yeah, I mean, I came back to London and right now there's no sun. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, yes, I'm glad I walked
You what?
under. I had a good time. Yeah, so
I
I did public transport.
I usually take the. I remember when I initially went to volunteer, I had a job site where it required me to take two buses, so it was like a fun experience. I've done it, and then after that I take the metro, but not so much the buses. Also, Patil, do you happen to remember the email address or Facebook contact for your broker that you mentioned in one of your videos? Actually, I do, but that broker currently only deals with luxury apartments. So I'm still happy to
Oh,
share because I remember after I worked with him once, and then I went back, I messaged him, and I gave him my price range. He said he no longer deals with that price range, and now it was like three times more. So I mean, I could still
mm,
recommend it, but um, I don't know if it's gonna be helpful.
yeah, I can imagine. Like for me, when I go for holidays, it depends on the type of holidays. Like if I go to maybe make a video, then I go on a budget. Yeah, usually because the reason why I go on the budget is because I'm not exactly there to just chill and relax. I'm there because I want to experience the city more.
Yeah.
I want to do a lot. Okay, but if I go for a holiday, then that's different. Like I don't even take out my camera to record a single thing. I can take pictures, but not to record at all.
Actually, I totally hear you on that. A lot of times people like, I feel bad if I'm not filming something that's happening, but I make a decision before I go to an event or an experience or even a city if I'm
Yeah,
going to be filming or if I'm going to enjoy, because once you have the camera out, you're like in a different mode. You can't just enjoy at all.
exactly,
So it's
exactly,
it's like
exactly. You
you're
go
wired, and you want to make sure you say everything that you wanted to say and mention everything and still have fun, but at the same time it's not like a vacation. It doesn't feel like it.
true, true. Yeah, you got a point. So that's what a lot of times when I go somewhere, I'll be like, before I go, I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Am I going to record? you guys want me to record? Or I'll be like, actually, today I'm not in the mood to record. I just want to chill. And then I do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I plan my videos mentally. I just plan everything and then I go to the
What was I know you made a lot of videos in Armenia, and I'm trying to catch up with all of them. I recently watched the one for the concert. I saw your stories on Instagram, and Nemra actually reposted you dancing on the stage, which I want to talk about that too. But I want to ask you, what was the video that you made that caught people's attention the most? And like, if someone says send me one video to watch about your experience in Armenia, which one do you think would be that video for you?
Vardavar.
Which one? Vardavar, really?
Vardavar. I don't have to think about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that was my best experience. Should I say ever since I've been traveling? Yeah, ever since I was traveling. The reason why was because usually I have my reservations when I go to places, countries. Once I'm outside what I call my comfort zone, once I'm away from home, I've always got my reservations. I always check how I act, even though a lot of times people think that, oh, Shaylee's so open and friendly and that. I always have my reservations. But during Vardavar, oh my days. At first I was trying to have my reservations. I was trying, the water came splash. I was like, okay, no, try. I was like, splash. I was like,
Done.
that was it. The water just washed it away.
The social boundaries don't exist that day. It's like everyone's friend, and
the social boundary, like straight away. And then hold on, my second one was when I went to make that lavash. Oh my days! Oh my god! That was an amazing experience. I loved that so much.
Nice. And tell me about the concert. So you met Sirusho, you met with Nemra. I had the pleasure of meeting Nemra. I've never met Sirusho, but how was that experience to go on the stage and maybe give people a little background of how that happened? I mean, I watched the video, but I don't know how it all started behind the scenes.
So how it started, yeah. On my first trip was when I met Nemra. On my very first trip, yeah. But before I went Armenia, we were already like chatting already. Like we were talking a bit on Instagram and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come through. They were like, oh yeah, come man, let's meet. We met, and as soon as we met, yeah, there's this kind of like bro connection you get with some people. Like it's not something you can fake. As soon as we met, yeah, I was just like, this guy is my bro in my mind. And then randomly, he was just like, you're my bro. And I was thinking that you're my bro. And that's how we became friends, yeah, my very first trip. We talked, and they were like, oh, they have a concert during Vardavar, and they were like, they would like me to come for it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to book it. And then they also invited me for a concert a week before Vardavar. But sadly, I booked my trip. It took too long. I arrived after the concert had finished.
Oh, okay.
So that was a bummer. But then, so that's how it started when they invited me to come for it. And then I went for the concert. And they were also telling me that, oh, when you come for the concert, bro, you have to come up stage. I was like, come up stage? I was like, come up stage, do what? They were like, listen, yeah, my bro, you just come up stage, bro. I was like, do what? Yeah, just come. I thought it was a joke. I really thought they were just joking. And then during the concert, I was in the crowd with some other people. Next minute, as he was singing, he was like, where's my bro, Shady? I was like, oh my God.
You're doing it.
Yeah, me, I never back down from a challenge. It depends on the kind of challenge, but I usually don't like backing up from a challenge. So I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to go. So I just went up stage without an idea of what I was going to do. I just went.
I mean, you were a natural. I watched your dancing. It was good.
I was watching Vasper, his Van's brother. I was watching him, then I was just copying. I was like, okay, let's go.
With the shoulders.
Yeah, that jump. No, it was so much fun.
Nice.
Much fun.
Another highlight for you. And anything bad or anything that was disappointing for you, or anything you want to caution people of if they're going, or tips that you want to give them?
A caution. I mean, like, to be honest, yeah, like my whole experience in Armenia had been very, very amazing. Yeah, had been very amazing. Everything good, people nice, friendly. Um, I was like, so like when I go to countries before I travel, I always check diversity. Like, just wherever I go to, even like if I'm going to South Africa, I always check. Like anywhere I go in any continent, so it's just a natural for me to always check it. Yeah. So going to Armenia at first, I was checking. I was like, okay, how diverse is Armenia? I was like, Armenia's not too popular because I told a lot of people here in London that I was going to go to Armenia. Everyone was like, where?
Romania?
Yeah. Some people were like Romania. Some people were like Albania. They were like, oh, Armenia. They were like, oh, Kim Kardashian. I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah. They were like, why?
Typical.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I just want to try and see what's up there. So they were like, it's not very diverse. I was like, yeah. I said, well, we're going to find out in it. So I checked videos, everything. I saw, okay, like diversity there it's up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that, wow, there were actually a few like people from other nationalities. It was actually more mixed than I actually thought.
Mm-hmm.
Like more mixed than I thought. I even found some communities of different countries. I found some like Asian community. I found the Black people community. I found even Indians. I was like, oh, that's very interesting. I think there were Russians and other people as well.
Yeah.
I found that quite interesting. And then so when I went, I was like, okay, like it was very quite interesting. And I would say the tourism in our country. Okay, tourism in Armenia. At first, I thought it was a bit low, but when I went there physically, I found out that that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's just maybe the media don't talk about it a lot. People don't talk about it a lot, but when one goes there, you're gonna find out how truly amazing that place is. Somehow, I feel like I'm diverting from the question you asked me.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I just had a completely amazing time. Amazing time. I think uh maybe I don't know. It's just my point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like your tourism sector needs to be maybe advertised a bit more to make it more popular, especially like in the UK. Because I mean, I wanted to go with a lot of British people here, but somebody said, "Please divert away."
I don't know if they want you to keep telling that story or.
What story do you want me to tell? Do you want me to continue telling that story?
That one
Because
or...
so many things to talk about. So many.
Well,
So many.
yeah. And I
Okay,
think
you
that's the
guys.
thing. You hit on
Yeah,
a
go on.
great point, I think, with the media, and like they don't focus on the positive things and everything that's happening. That's why when we go to Armenia, like everyone who's even not a vlogger becomes a vlogger, and they start posting and talking, because we feel like there's not enough representation. And that's why that's what they're saying, like with Romania, Albania. Oh yeah, they're telling you to tell any stories you want, so feel free to divert away, no problem.
Okay. But before I divert too much, the question you asked me, can you say it again?
So basically, if there's something you want to, like a tip or something you want people to remember, like when they're going, something to keep in mind. Like for me, I always say like download the GG app, the taxi app, because I want them to have a positive experience with, or something that shocked you or was surprising to you.
So basically, rephrasing the question to the way I was sort of put it, I would say maybe, for example, if I want to advise someone on traveling to Armenia, the things to do. First of all, obviously, when you book, make sure you book. I mean, a lot of people like traveling, staying in hostels. I'm not a fan of hostels. The reason why is because I always travel with my laptop. I travel like I've got my cameras and stuff, a lot of gimbal, and I always want to make sure that it's in a place where, even though I know Armenia is safe, I need to just make sure it's in a place where no one has much access to. So I could stay in the cheapest hotel. For me, all I want when I travel to make video is a bed and a desk to make my videos. That's all I need. I get a bed, I get a desk, I'm good. I'm obviously a shower as well. But bed Yeah. So first of all, I'll say make sure you get a bed and a desk. And I'll say even if you're going for holiday, don't like spend too much on the fancy hotels.
Mhm.
Just get a place where you can lay your head because you're never going to spend a lot of time in there anyway. It's mainly to make sure you store your luggage and stuff. That's one because it's really really affordable. Okay, 10 days. What I spent in 10 days is was even cheaper than what you spend for one night in some hotels here in London.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I spent 10 days, and it was a decent place as well. That's one. So make sure you just get a nice place to lay your head. All right, not too fancy. That's one I'll say. Two, I'll say make sure you get the GG before you go. Like you said, that GG one. I tried the Yandex. I don't know the Yandex one. For some reason, I just couldn't find out how it worked. So, but I tried download the GG. The GG was straight, just like Uber.
It's
Easy.
exactly.
Yeah, so I love the GG. So I have to have the GG, have that. And also, you have to have that Eat Yandex or Yandex Eat or hold on, I've got it somewhere. It's called Yandex Food or something like that. So that's what I was getting.
Yeah, Yandex Eats. That's the one.
Yeah, Yandex Eats. I
Yeah.
was always getting my food from that Yandex Eats. That it was so amazing, bro. So amazing. So very affordable. Like I bought some food, yeah. I couldn't even finish it. Just one portion. I
Yeah.
couldn't finish it. I had to keep it for breakfast the next day. And I had bits of it for lunch. I was like, why are you giving me such a big food? The next time I'm gonna order half.
Half of it.
So, first of all, like I said, make sure you get a place that's affordable. Like, don't spend too much for where to stay. Two, get your GG because you need that for transportation to get to your hotel. After you get to your hotel, you can use the maps to walk around if you want to. But I would suggest walking around a lot. Also, make sure you get the Yandex stuff, register it, put your bank details on it. And you need to get a SIM card. I got my SIM card on my phone. So I was using first time I went, I made a big mistake. I used my SIM card from here. So I was browsing because when I travel, I've got an allowance of like I can't remember like 200 gig or something like that that I could use, but it's gonna be cost me like £3 a day. I was like, I'll be there for 5 days, so that's £15. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. I went. Oh my god! When I came back here, my bill was like one and a half times, and I was wondering like how did £15 turn to almost £40?
Wow.
But I think there's something they do with the taxes. I don't understand that. So when I went back second time, I bought myself a SIM card with unlimited internet, unlimited minutes, everything unlimited. I spent 8,000 drams.
Yeah.
And that was like £16. I was like, unlimited everything. And the internet was better than when I came the first time with my own phone from the UK. So I was like, our advice is make sure you get a SIM card. Go get a SIM card, get unlimited. All right. And that's two. And obviously make sure you walk around a lot. And what else? Yeah, those are like the basics. The rest you can figure it out yourself. But also, yeah, once you get that the SIM card, obviously you're gonna get maps and everything, and then you can use that to basically maybe try to walk around, find places. And I mean, I made friends already before I went, to be honest. So even though I went there for the very first time, I was already meeting up with people immediately. Like I landed, someone called, we went out together for food, went out together for food, went out together for food. So I made friends even before I went there. So I think I found it a bit easier. But yeah, what else can you do? And feel free. It's very safe.
You actually, so I was gonna ask you three more questions. I was gonna say about the phone because someone just messaged me on Instagram asking about SIM card like recommendations. So I always say buy the Viva Cell or whatever the air companies, the phone companies are at the airport. You can like buy it right there. There's no contracts or anything like that. It's just like a prepaid card. And then I was gonna ask you, the other most question I get asked is Armenia safe? So you answered that one too. And then the other question I get all the time is how do you find out about things that are happening? So you kind of answered that about how you already had friends. How did that all kind of start for you? How were you finding out about festivals that were happening and events and where to go?
People are just telling me. People are just telling me that Shady, there's something here. Would you like to come? Okay, Shady, please come over here. Check there's something going on. And I think one of your videos you said you check posters, and I actually looked and I saw on posters you see events happening, but a lot of times it was people telling me,
It's word of mouth, yeah.
yeah, people
Well,
just
it's
tell
like
me,
a snowball. Like you meet one person, and then they introduce you to other people, and then they invite you to a place, and then you find out about the next place, and then it just, even you were saying, like, even if it's 5 days or 10 days, or if you're going for a month, it just turns into like a group of friends. Someone was asking, I think it was Ron, yeah, if there's a good area to rent an apartment, or a bad area. I want to let you answer that. If
to
no.
be honest, do not know.
So on for my perspective, especially if you're going for a short amount of time, being in the center, so anywhere near like Republic Square, on Sarian Street, which is like the wine and food street, or Cascade, or even Northern Avenue. I saw you do a lot of lives from Northern Avenue where there's street performers and buskers. So anywhere in these areas, you'll save a lot of time with you know transportation. Like you'll just walk around everywhere. Oh, it says 1 year, for 1 year period. I mean, it's still good if you can afford to be in the small center. That's what I would recommend every time I go. That's right, because that's where all the restaurants and bars are. But I also want to encourage people to go outside and explore like all of the country. So I would say rent an apartment in the center, and then make sure to go to Gyumri, to Vanadzor, to Lori, and like explore all of Armenia. But there's not like necessary, like if you're renting in the center, like there's no like bad neighborhood or anything like that in from my experience. So
I would say like if you're renting in the center, well, not apartments, hotels,
mhm.
hotel. For hotels, I would say hotels that are a bit on the outskirts of the center are maybe a bit cheaper, if you ask me, because I checked the prices. Maybe because I booked it in a short time, so I booked it like 2 weeks, 2 weeks in
Yeah.
advance when I booked. So obviously it seems to be more pricey. But if I booked maybe like 3 months in advance, then it might have been cheaper. All right, but so I'll say, if you're booking short term, then it's gonna be somewhere closer to the center. I mean, somewhere a bit on the outskirts of the center. But if you have more ample time to book, then you can actually book in the center, and you're not gonna break your bank. That's what I think.
And you also went in the summer, which is like the high tourism season. So I think if you're renting, and there's a huge difference if you're renting a place for long term, which is like 6 months plus, or short term. So yeah, I think if it's a 1 year period, I think you'll find like an affordable place in the center. I mean, also it depends on everyone's budget. You can still get a place, but then like I had an apartment in very close to Sarian Street. You've gone to Sarian Street, right? Where Invino is with the wine and please tell me you went to Sarian Street.
Sorry, Street. How's that?
It's close to close to the opera building, but like
Oh yeah, I've been there.
yeah. So I rented an apartment there, and then there were like scorpions that were in the apartment, so I ended up yeah. Anyway, I made a whole video on that. So that was an interesting experience. Like I did a video on my last apartment I was staying in, so I actually paid $600 for that apartment for 3 months, and the size was huge and everything, but it was so old and like nothing was working, and it was just like not clean. So then that was near Cascade, so it's like a hit or miss. But it's very good for you to see photos. Maybe if you're not there, request like a video call tour before renting. Someone was asking what's the best drink in Armenia. I have a feeling I know which one you're gonna say.
Blue Fanta.
Blue Fanta. I thought you were gonna say the coffee brandy.
Oh, so yeah, if you say best drink, so we have the non-alcoholic drinks, and then we have the alcoholic beverages, have the coffees. If it's coffees, is that one called wait, there's one coffee where you go, the name is this is wait, I can't remember the name. So
So if you're pretending you're drinking it, you'll remember.
okay, he said the name comes from how you sip. It comes from the sipping. I can't remember.
Oh God, does anyone know what he's talking
It's
about?
the sipping sound. So they say you have a when you have a like hot coffee, you want to, obviously because it's really hot, yeah. If you drink it like that, it's gonna burn your lips. So you have to go.
Yeah.
So they said, what's the name of when you sip that? They said that's the name of the coffee. I was like, really? The coffee is named after the sipping sound. Coffee was good. It was good. Guys, I don't know the name of the coffee. I'm sorry. But the other one, when it comes to like maybe stronger drinks, okay, guys, drink responsibly. The coffee brandy.
Mhm.
To be, I took only one. Was it one or two? I think two. And after the second one, yeah,
It
I
is.
felt yeah. Because I'm not like a drinker like that. So I was like, I felt it. And when it comes to like non-alcoholic, yeah, surj. Surj.
Surge.
It's called
Okay, so that's what in Armenian coffee is surge.
yeah, I like
I didn't
surj.
know that's what like surge. Now I know.
Yeah, and then when it's non-alcoholic, like something sweet, I'll say the blue Fanta with the blue label.
I don't think I've ever had that.
What?
I'm not big on like sugary drinks. I'm assuming it has sugar, like sugary. I don't know. Anyway, I'll try it the next time.
Yeah, sugary, yeah. So that drink, I definitely like it. Yeah. And then what else?
I know you
What the
like
drink?
the bulbulags.
Oh, I mean standard. Like you have to drink water from that populac. And also I noticed here, like so the water in the populac has zero taste. I think that water is pH 7 on the dot. It's not pH 6.9 or pH 7.1. It
The
is pH 7 on the dot because
perfect balance.
that water is balanced diet.
I saw in your video. I made a video on rating bulbulags. That was one of my first videos. Because like my YouTube channel is obviously like not a serious one, so I made up this rating system of bulbulags, and then I went around the Yerevan and tasted the bulbulags and gave them ratings. I don't know why people watched it, but they did. So
Did,
thank
did
you.
they,
I know Ara in the chat. I know he watched that video. He's one of the originals in the channel. So
hey, Mr. Original.
if yeah, honestly, if I was gonna say to the people who are watching, if you guys haven't seen Shady's videos in Armenia, go check them out. You'll see the bulbulags.
Yeah, that populac one. You know, and also one time I was thinking of like going to try as many populacs as I could in a day. I wanted to do that, but I didn't have enough time. Yeah, time was just going and going and going and going and going. But I wanted to definitely check out like as many populacs as possible. But almost every time I saw populac, I had to visit. I have to just try the water. I was just like, give it a taste. Shady was here.
That's the thing. Like I used to go for runs in Yerevan, and I took it for granted that I never needed to take a water bottle or something with me, because I run from one bulbulak to the next, and then that's my stop to take a break and drink water. And then here, like I go on a run, I'm like, what do I do now? Where's the water? Okay.
So, for you, like, do you? So you said you moved to Canada, right?
Yes.
So is that where you live?
I haven't been there for 2 years now, so it's a tricky question to ask. Technically, this is gonna go for another hour, but anyway, I don't know how to answer this question because my family's there and I'm technically based in Canada, but I haven't been back for the past 2 years because I just find myself basing myself in Armenia and then bouncing from Armenia to other places to film, and then I just go back to Canada to visit my family. So
That's
it's
right.
in due time. I know my family's watching.
So like, where do you spend most of your time? Like, since you left Canada, where have you spent the time? Is it in France? Is it in Armenia? Is it in Syria? Is it...
I think it's half between Armenia and France. And I think I think I'll be back to Syria this year. So hopefully very, very soon. I really want to do like a series because there is an Armenian community still there. So I want to film them and then get their stories. And also I want to do a tour of my childhood home maybe. So no promises, but maybe that's a video that will happen. And I want to go to my school and show people where I went to school.
That would be cool, actually. That would be cool. Also, yeah, I wanted to ask you. So you said that you are from Syria.
Yes.
But you're also Armenian.
Correct.
So are you like half Armenian, half Syrian?
No. So I'm. This will go for another hour.
Let's go.
I know you have an extensive knowledge on the Armenian history. I know you've made a lot of videos on the Armenian genocide, and even like the museum in London. I watched that video. That was very interesting. So, during the genocide, my grandparents and some of my grandparents and some of my great grandparents walked to Aleppo. So that's why my family and I were, well, my family was born there, and then I was born there. So I'm fully Armenian, but I was born and raised in Syria. But I went to an Armenian school there, and the Armenian community there, like it was kind of like a bubble. But at the same time, we integrated very well. So all my friends were Armenians, and we also had some friends who are like not Armenian, but it was a very much of a bubble. So like we went to like Sunday like how do you like scouts and activities and everything we did was within the Armenian community.
Okay, sounds cool.
And that's why there's like a larger Armenian diaspora than Armenians in Armenia. So that's why you find Armenian. And that's like kind of the whole point of my channel, is to go to these countries and find Armenian communities who are settled in that country, whatever that may be, and then highlight them. So tell their stories.
Cool. Yeah. That sounds fun.
What's next for you? What are your plans
for YouTube?
For YouTube, yeah. What's like I know you're saying cooking videos now, so like what's kind of like the next project you're working on, and where can people follow you and see that?
I mean, like, so you see, for me, when it comes to YouTube, at first when I started, I had a plan. I started following the plan strictly, and I was getting so stressed. Like, following that strict plan, I was getting so very stressed. And then one day I said to myself, why follow a plan on YouTube when you're just doing it for fun? You know? So I was like, I'm just going to do whatever. And then as I was going, but also I was always listening to my followers. I just listened to what they wanted. And then actually, now I'm telling you a history of my YouTube channel. So as my channel went, it was actually going very well. Everything was going amazing, so good, even in lockdown. And then I had some YouTube issues on lockdown because, like, I mostly do reaction videos because I find videos so interesting, so very interesting. Like for me, it's like a form of entertainment. I watch it, I laugh about it. A lot of times, I don't even like things in the videos. I'm like, oh, I don't really like this. But then I'm like, oh, I like this. I'm like, oh, this is good. And I try to be as honest as possible. I just say what I feel. If you watch it, don't watch it. Don't watch it. And then it got to a point where YouTube copyright strikes, certain rules changed. So I was getting community strikes on my channel. Have you ever had a community strike on your channel?
Not a community. I've had copyright claims, which all of the time I just had to submit the license of like some music I was using, and then it went away. But it always said not affecting your channel. So I was like, oh, thank God. But like I didn't have like a community strike. I don't think now.
You're safe. I've had a copyright strike where the video was taken down, and you gave me a warning saying if I have 2 more, my channel will be deleted. I had to contest it, and then the video was reinstated, a few things. Then I had a community strike because they changed a rule about something, and it just didn't make sense because my video didn't really violate the rules. Things like that kept going on during lockdown, and that was why I changed my channel. I just changed everything, and when I changed everything on my channel, so when I started in 2018, I had 0 subscribers. In 2021, I had 900,000 subscribers. Then I changed the whole content because of what the back and forth. I spent almost 6 months doing back and forth with YouTube. I couldn't make videos. I couldn't upload nothing, and I was full time on YouTube then, so I had nothing coming in. I was going crazy, so I had no other option but to change everything. So that's why I changed my video style completely. I kept looking for what to do. I was like, okay, what should I do on this channel? How should I do this? I kept just checking around. And then I started doing things that were safer. I stopped the crazy stuff I was doing. So my channel I've been 900, since that time. It's creeping up gradually. And I just thought to myself, you know what? Instead of stressing myself up, I've got another channel where if anything happens to that channel, that's fine. But then this is my main channel. I decided that now rather than doing the same thing I've been doing since 2018, why not just change and do something more adventurous, something
Mhm.
more. I thought that okay, maybe I'll try doing travels. And now come Armenia, I'm glad I went. I mean, even though it was a request from my followers, then I'm actually glad I went.
Okay.
And now next trip, my next big trip, I would say, should be next year. I want to go to Indonesia in around April. But this year, still, I'm still going to do some like short trips, maybe to like Germany, to like Poland, to Romania as well. Just some like short trips. But I was planning to go to Armenia in September for the Snoop Dogg concert. I was
Okay.
chatting to people, so we're thinking of going. Yeah, we're
Uh,
all going together.
I might be there. September
Yeah,
18 till like early October. I'll be there.
yeah. We're still in the planning phase. At first, I was like, "Yes, I'm going.
Now you
I'm
have
gonna
to go.
go to it." I'm not really sure. Okay, let's see. Towards the end of August, I'm gonna know for sure if I can go by the end, just by the end of August. And then yeah, because I know some Armenians that live in London as well, and they were like, "Yeah, man, let's go together. Just go for the weekend and come back." I was like, "Yeah, we can do it, but I need to wait till end of August, and then I'll be sure." But yeah, that's one of the things I'm thinking of doing. But yeah, so my next plan basically is more like just making more original videos on my main channel, like more vlogs, more challenges, more because I know quite a lot of YouTubers around the world. Sometimes when I sit down and I think, I'm like, how do I know all these people? Yeah. So I want to be as with them, like do collaboration, even though they live in different countries, like try to do different stuff with them while they live in those countries and I'm here. Just more original videos rather than reactions on my main channel. But then I've got other channels for reactions. Those channels are just reaction channels. But then my main channel, I want to do something more original.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely follow all of them. So I'm excited to see. I like your reaction videos because, like you said, you're very honest in your reactions. And I watched the one that you made with, like, not with Sirusho, but off Sirusho's video. Uh, like, that was, I actually teared up. Like, that was a very nice one. So if people here you didn't watch it, please go watch that reaction video. It's like your reactions come through the screen. So it was really nice to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm really glad to hear that. But you know, to be honest, yeah, like I don't know, like I just okay. So the way I do my reactions, I make sure I've never listened to the song. I
Mm-hmm.
try to know nothing about the song. I don't want to know anything at all because if I expect something, it's no more a reaction.
Yeah.
I try to know nothing at all about it, and then I do it. So I think that probably helps as well. And also, it's a hit or miss because a lot of times I react to stuff I don't even like. I do. I'm like, oh, what's this? So I don't upload it. I just I my time in this video. So I just delete it. I have lots of videos I've deleted just because I didn't.
You didn't like it. I
And
was
I don't
gonna
like.
say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, no. After you.
No, I was just gonna say that I know you're being honest in your reaction videos because you made 2 reaction videos of my videos and you liked them. So I know you're being honest. You liked my videos. So.
Yeah. If I don't like a video, don't upload it because I don't want to say negative stuff.
Mhm.
About even though a lot of my followers used to be like, "Oh, Shady, please post some videos where of something you didn't like, don't want to see." I'm like, for me, I just imagine somebody watching one of my videos and they didn't like it, and they criticized it in a way that they actually roasted me. I mean, like if you roast me, it definitely doesn't get under my skin,
Mhm.
but you say things that I know are true. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, oh man, it's gonna break my soul. And if it breaks my soul, I'm gonna come back. It's gonna take me a while to be like, oh no, I need to sort this out. I need to fix this. I need to fix this. I need to fix this. So that's what I don't want to do to someone else. Because I'm like, if I break them, it's gonna be sad. So
Because
that's why I do them.
yeah, your channel is not like a hate watching channel because like sometimes people do those clickbaits of, like with Barbie now that's popular. They're like the worst movie ever or something like that because people then will click on it and watch it. So, you
Yeah,
don't do that. So it's good. Like just, being
yeah,
genuine and positive and spreading some positive
yeah,
vibes.
Yeah, I try not. I try not to do stuff like that. I just try to just keep it as clean as possible, just as honest as possible. Because for me, at the end of the day, if anybody watches, I don't really mind. I know like a lot of people. Okay, when I was checking out how to be a YouTuber, a lot of people are saying, even though you have fun, you have to have a business mind around the YouTube. You know, this and that, this and that, this and that. And I'm thinking, oh, that's actually a good idea. Because if I do it business minded, then I'm gonna be making tons of money. But then, how is it different from my day-to-day job? Because my day job, I go, and sometimes I'm like, I'm pissed off. So, but if I keep YouTube as a business, then I'm gonna lose the fun of it. And one thing that made me certain of this is because I met some, I don't know if you know the guy called KSI. He's like one of the most influential YouTubers in the UK, not just the UK, almost around the world. Have you seen YouTube boxing? Where
No.
some YouTubers boxed? But have you heard of it though?
Like
YouTube,
boxing?
yeah. So YouTubers, they
Oh,
had
yes.
boxing.
Yes, yes. Who's that very famous
Jake
YouTuber,
Paul?
but like more for what's his name?
Is it like Jake Paul?
Yes, Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Thank you. Yes, yes. I
So
got too
it was,
excited for knowing this. Okay.
so it was KSI and some other guy from London that started the idea of boxing against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys from America were so interested, Jake Paul and Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And then came into, they said they're interested, they wanted to collaborate on the boxing. So they started having some fake beef to like join the whole thing. So KSI, the guy that mainly was behind the whole thing, he said that when he started his YouTube channel, that he was having so much fun at the beginning, but then it became like a routine. That he just had this routine thing about it, and he was getting so drained and so tired. He was just so done. And then one day he decided to himself that, you know what, like he didn't quit like a normal life day-to-day job to find another day-to-day job online with YouTube. He said it's his channel, he does whatever he wants. So he decided to change his channel. He changed the content completely. He was a gamer, he changed completely, and he said he lost millions of subscribers because he had like 10 million subscribers. He said he was losing subscribers, and he was looking, he was like, wow, he's losing subscribers. But he was like, you know what? He doesn't really care, at least because he wants to be happy.
Yeah, yeah.
He said it took some years. After some years, he started getting most of other subscribers because those ones left and then he was getting some more. So his advice was when you do a YouTube channel, if you start losing that joy, you have to find what gives you joy and continue. Because at the end of the day, it's about what you enjoy doing. That's what makes your videos interesting. After that, I was like, if I'm changing my content, I don't care if I get the views, if I get subscribers, it's fine. Do you know? I was expecting to lose at least maybe 300 or 400k subscribers. Like when I changed content,
Yeah, yeah.
2021. For like months, I didn't upload a video. All my videos were privated. So when you go to my channel, you see 0 videos. Everything was privated. I left it like that. I went to even find a job. I was dealing my normal life. I had no YouTube. I was just living a very mundane life. I came back to my channel. I looked. I wasn't really. Maybe I lost like maybe 10,000 subscribers. But I was like, why are they not going anywhere? And they kept messaging me, shady, come back.
Where
Then I
are you?
started coming back. So I was so surprised. I was like, how have they not gone? I was really expecting to lose at least like 300k. But they're still there, and now my channel is actually growing again gradually. So at the end of the day, you just need to do you. What makes you happy, I think, is what you should do because the joy, like of an influencer, jumps from the screen and people will feel it. But if there's no joy, it's like a day-to-day job. You lose that substance. You know what I mean?
Authenticity.
Authenticity. That's it. Yeah.
I think now you've also given us a perfect life advice to kind of take with us and sit on and reflect. Well, I'll see if there's. I don't think we've missed any. Oh, my grandpa was from Aleppo. Oh, nice.
Guys, if you have any questions for Patil, please ask. I know this is a live hangout. We should talk about his trip to Armenia, but leave it open. Please ask Patil questions here. Like, I mean, I'm gonna ask questions. If you don't feel comfortable answering, it's fine. You know, a lot of times after I've been interviewed a few times, and then I was like, if you ask me a question, I can answer. I'll just be like skip, or I'll just like beat around the bush and skip it. Yeah, because sometimes there's some questions I feel maybe they're just for you, or maybe it's not yet time to talk about. Maybe I'm gonna talk about it on a different day, or create a content around it, something like that. So, you asked me my next plan or adventure. How about you? What's your next one? What's your next plan like for your channel? Where do you see your channel heading to?
So I definitely, what I see like the big picture is to have this library of going, like I was saying earlier, going to different cities and countries, and then interact with the Armenian communities there, and also like the local different local experiences there. So it's not just exclusively of the, like I was in Marseille recently, and there were some fun local experiences that I did, and I posted about it. So I try to keep it as, interactive and diverse as possible. So that's kind of like the big picture, is to go to as many places as possible, because I find with every city and country you go to, you gain a completely different perspective, that opens your eyes to different, like, perspective, I guess. I don't know
Yeah.
another word for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the goal, but obviously that requires a lot of budget. So my next destination was supposed to be China, because I do have a friend who's there now, who's from Armenian. However, there are visa issues that I'm not able to get visa while I'm in France, so that might be
Oh.
postponed for a little bit later. So I'm actually researching a few destinations now that might be budget friendly. I think I will soon probably narrow it down to like a three or two destinations, and maybe I'll post like a little post asking people which one they would prefer to see. But for now, it's because even though I'm monetized, I still don't make enough, like, anything on YouTube to enable those travels. So I need to be mindful still of those destinations that I'm picking. And then hopefully one day when it kind of self-sustains, I can just kind of unlimitedly go places and do different things.
Yeah, true, true. Like that's the thing. Like with YouTube, like as soon as someone starts getting something substantial, then that's when you're like, wow, okay, this is worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is so good. And also sometimes like there's some backings. Like a few times, I remember a few times I've had some deals. So like when, like I said to you, I had to change up my channel because of YouTube changed a few rules, so that was affecting the community guidelines. I couldn't post certain kind of videos. Back in the day when YouTube was still, how should I say, like in 2020 during lockdown, the YouTube rules were still a bit more flexible, so you could do like a few high risk challenges, like maybe a few. So all those high risk challenges was what YouTube was like. Okay, community strike. If people try this, they can get hurt, or if people do certain pranks, they can get hurt. So they deleted all videos, like all videos I did. So imagine 2021, they were deleting videos from like 2019.
Wow.
I remember I made that video. That was a long time ago, you know. So because of that, that's why I had to take out all my videos. I was watching my videos over 1,000, looking for which video had the issues to delete, or edit it.
I can feel the pain.
Yeah, so I had to change everything, and now I like the direction my channel is taking. I really, really like it. Like I'm just finding out newer things about me that I'm like, oh, I'm actually like this. Yeah, so I really like the direction my channel is taking now, and it's picking up gradually. It's getting like a solid base, because to start anything at all, you need a foundation.
Mhm.
And I know to YouTube, for someone to grow, you need to lay a foundation. Once you lay that foundation, from there it just like properly picks up. So at the moment, I'm relaying a new foundation on my channel.
I love it.
Because my channel is quite big, it takes a while to lay the foundation, because when YouTube send videos, they wait for my subscribers' reactions before they send it. But for like a smaller channel, they don't care about my subscribers. They just try to send it out for people. But based on my subscribers, and a lot of my subscribers, they want me to do. They keep telling me, please go back to those old videos, please, please, please. And I'm like, if you guys knew that my channel was almost deleted, you guys will not
Wouldn't
ask.
ask.
Yeah, so that's why I can't really do my own videos. I'm just like changing the whole direction at the moment. Oh yeah, soon.
Yes,
I'll get there.
and I agree. I feel like you're building a new community, and the people who enjoy these videos from your old community are coming along. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be like a happy place to be. So
Yeah. Happy Shady, happy travelers, everybody happy
exactly.
time together. And also, one thing that I plan to do, so all the subscribers I have, I'm gonna visit their countries. That's what
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, guys, okay, you know what? I changed my content type, but I care about you. So I'm coming to your country. Wherever you are, it's fine. I'm gonna come there and meet you guys and make videos about your countries and go to another country and do that. Also, I want to go to France.
Oh, you froze again. No, you're back. Okay.
Yeah, my
France.
went low. My battery was low, so I had to put the low mode
No.
something.
Okay. We'll make sure.
Yeah, I was thinking of coming to France because you were there.
Yes.
Yeah, I can
Come
come
to
to France
France.
on almost any weekend. Just be like, maybe come on a Friday evening,
Okay.
and I'm out on Sunday. I mean, it's like a 2 hours flight, no? Or if I take the what you will call it, this Eurostar, it's like 3 hours, I think, like in the tunnel. Yeah, I was really thinking of doing it. I was thinking of like, yo, Patty, where are you? Okay, I'm coming France. Boom.
Okay. We'll talk offline about this one.
I'll talk about that. Yeah.
Now we have witnesses. Well, we have 18 witnesses who saw you saying this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be nice. Nice. And my first time as well being in France, I think I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well, yeah, we'll have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Eric and Tanya real quick. And yes, I do love La Doniva. They're asking about our favorite singers. And Nemra. We'll give a shout out to Nemra.
Yeah. Shout out to Nemra. Yeah, those guys are so cool. So
Well,
really.
before we lose your battery and we
Yeah.
lose.
Actually, it's running.
Thank you so much for this. This was super fun. Now I feel like we've known each other.
For a while, exactly.
Thank you so much again. And we'll talk soon. We'll talk offline. We'll plan something. And I'm sure we'll film together in the same city.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Awesome. And thank
All
you
right.
so much for everyone who watched.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
I mean,
Gina. Bye.
bye.